safe to say this is a woman investor of, I feel like, our decade already. And she and I have been talking for about 7 years since she started.
First interview. We were barely off the ground, and I was so grateful. So.
Well, you resonated with me, that's for sure, because you have really tapped into so many of the trends that we're talking about today and living. I mean, I live with this thing, for instance. But you know, one of the questions I think we all want to know today is, did you buy the ProShares Bitcoin ETF?
No, we did not.
Okay.
And one of the reasons is we're looking at this very carefully, the futures. There are some tax ramifications we'd like to understand more, having to do with contango, which is what contango versus more normal backwardation.
Right.
So
not yet.
We're not yet.
All right, so I said that Cathie and I have known each other for 7 years, and we have been talking. When you did come on, I don't even think you had your funds launched yet.
Nope.
You talked with Pim Fox and myself on Bloomberg Radio. So let's go back, because how did you get here? I mean, my gut from just talking to you is that there was no plan to be a celebrity fund manager and someone that we print out a story every day about your comings and goings. So what was your plan?
Well, my plan was...
Because you've been in the financial industry
Yes,
for a long
I've been
time.
in the financial industry, and after the tech and telecom bust, and then even more so after 08, 09, I began to see just incredible risk aversion, career risk, business risk, and everybody was worshiping the almighty index benchmarks. And that was not consistent with what we were doing at all. So we were becoming, I describe it as an otter duck, you know? And I also felt this was very bad behavior. I feel like maybe investing in tried and true is not wrong, but investing only in the past, I do believe is wrong, you know, because there are so many. So there is so much in the way of innovation evolving,
right.
And I did not feel like it could be funded appropriately in the public markets. The private markets were screaming, so valuations were crazy there. The same kind of stock was selling for a fraction of the valuation in the public markets.
Right.
And so I felt there was an arbitrage opportunity. Many people in the public world said, "Oh, those private valuations, those are going to crash." We didn't think that was true. We thought the public market valuations were going to move up. So I felt that this focus on innovation had been lost, research lost,
right.
Investing lost in the public markets. And I said, we could fulfill a huge unmet need and change this misallocation of capital, which is all about the past, especially because of the explosive growth opportunities there are in the future.
So tell us about, and I know there's been a podcast you've done and there's been some writing, what was the aha moment that you said, I'm going to do this differently? And I want you, if you don't mind, I mean, I know your faith is important to you, and the name of your company is ARC. So how did that play into it?
Sure. So I remember walking into my home on a beautiful I get these epiphanies on beautiful sunny days when I'm not really thinking about anything. But I walked into my home, beautiful sunny day, silence. Now, I had 3 children, 2 dogs, and a nanny, and it was complete silence because they were going to all be away for 2 weeks. First time ever in this house. And I walked into the kitchen, and I wasn't happy, but I wasn't sad. It was just like, whoa, this hasn't happened to me before. And boom, I wasn't even thinking about work. And I got the message loud and clear. You have to take all of the technologies that have disrupted other industries and start to disrupt your own and focus on the new creation.
It sounds like, and I want to stay here for a moment, I have faiths and beliefs that are very important to me. It sounds like your faith guides you in a lot of ways. How does it, as you look at these companies, make your investments, make your decisions, how does that play into it, Cathie?
Well, first of all, in terms of that aha moment, you know, many people would describe that as the force or the universe. I would call it the Holy Spirit. And so the Holy Spirit as a guide, you know, as much as we in the financial world would like to think we're in control, we're not. There are much bigger forces in control.
Some would say the Fed's in control right now a little bit.
No, not even the Fed's in control. So, and this idea of the new creation. In fact, it was after I described what the ecosystem that I wanted to put in place involving social media and giving our research away, and I wasn't even thinking about going viral in the way that we have gone viral. I was just thinking, how can we get our message out? Because we can't get it out through traditional channels. Right. Nobody believes in us.
Well, if you're going to do it differently, you're going to do it differently all the way.
All the way, all the way. And so I've forgotten your question. What was the last bit of it?
What was my last part of the question? I forgot too. I was caught up with you. Well, what's interesting is, I'm curious about, I was talking about, how your faith has guided you in terms of the specific investments that you make, whether it's a Tesla, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's, a biopharma company.
Right. So we are seeking the truth as these new technologies evolve, all of them at the same time, and cause a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, a lot of every car sold.